Gavin. Hey. Gavin, you see yourself? Hi. We just decided to come on and go live, y'all. See what y'all was doing.
See what you're always doing.
Thank you. What's wrong, Gavin? It's getting close to his bedtime. So he's getting fussy. Don't do that. That's not nice. Just wanted to come on and say hi. What did you don't do it back? I said I was going to try to go live a little more often, but this is why I don't go live. I got Gavin over here trying to eat my hand, making a bunch of sounds, and Giselle licking her finger out in the camera. Gavin, you getting tired? Gavin's getting tired. Giselle, stop. Oh, congrats. I don't know if I could do OSIT. Out here, it's a long time. I like to have my AIT separate, but you don't get to choose, so. What's your MOS? It's probably like MP or supply or something like that. They're like the only ones that have OSIT training. 11 X-ray, what's that? That sounds like some type of infantry. Hey, Sarah. Giselle, you come over here. If you want to say hi, you can come over here, boo. Yep, infantry recruit. That's what I thought.
Hi. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, how y'all doing? I've been in the service for 12 years now. This year makes 12 years. 12 years. And I'm probably going to end up doing 20. Bye.
No way.
It went by so fast. I originally did not sign up to do 12 years.
Hi, Sarah.
That's enough, boo. Sarah's gone. Sarah just hanging out. 12, is that 12 November? Is that an MOS? What job is that? Y'all let me know what jobs these are, what jobs y'all interested in. Giselle, please, come on. See, look, you spilled the water. Go get it. What jobs y'all interested in, what jobs you gonna be doing. What was that fell?
My book and my crayon.
I get people all the time that ask me about different jobs, and half of them I've never heard of. I probably heard of it, but I didn't know what the MOS number was. 88 November. That sounds like not 88 Mike. I know what 88 Mike is. November is, they do the like the maps, transportation. That's what it is. The maps, transportation coordinator. I am Army
Princess.
Horizontal construction engineer. I've never heard of that one. That one is a new one. That sounds interesting. It sounds hot and like a lot of work. 89 Bravo. I don't know nothing about that one. What MOS is 89 Bravo? Ammo. Yep, that's not for me. Not one I think I would be interested in. I be telling y'all, I need something that I'm gonna be inside in the air conditioned, not getting too dirty. I don't want to do no 88 mic, no MP, no ammo, no motor pool. Some people like that stuff though. If you like it, I love it. But I don't think I could do it. July 23rd, y'all let me know if y'all, I have my PO box in the description box in all of my videos. So definitely
I want to say bye to Sarah.
Sarah's already gone.
Then why are you still talking?
Because I'm not talking to Sarah, I'm talking to other people.
Say hi, Dad.
Come say hi.
Hi, other people, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, I always try to tell people to make sure you do your homework, your research when you join in the military, because especially when you get into MEPS and that recruiting office, they will definitely I don't know, let me see if I can see the comments because they're going by so fast. I don't know how to see the comments after they already, oh, there they go. Yeah, after basic training. So after basic training, once you finish basic training in AIT, you like in a regular army. So you can do everything you've been doing. Now there is regulations on makeup, so you can't wear all the crazy makeup to work. But when you out of work, you can do anything you want to do as far as makeup. You can still do all of the same things you wanted to do. But during the duty day, when you at work, you have to be within the regulation for the Army standards. But yes, back to MEPS and stuff. I always tell people to do their research, do their homework, because them recruiters and them people in MEPS is gonna try to just give you whatever is available at the time, because they want you to hurry up and pick a job and lock you in. So make sure you do your research and do something that you're gonna enjoy coming to work doing every day. I used to tell people pick 2 and 3, pick a backup, and then a backup to the backup. Hey, One Love. So yeah, if you join, you're gonna I mean, you'll miss Giselle. I don't need you to say hi to every single person, okay? If you have something to say, then you can say something, okay? If you join and you have kids, you will miss your kids, but you got to remember why you're doing it. And remember what your purpose is, and stay strong through basic and AIT. I mean, it goes by so fast. I tell people it's not that hard. You're going to miss them, but it's not that hard. Like, once you finish basic and AIT, you get to have your family back. Your family can live with you. It's like regular, before you join the military. But you just got to be away from them during basic and AIT. But the time go by so fast. You're so busy, especially in basic all day long. Basic training is 10 weeks, I believe. It's 10 weeks currently. But it goes by so fast. Giselle wants y'all to see the bow she made. Yes, it's 10 weeks. It's broken down into 3 phases, red, white, and blue phase. And it goes by so fast. Oh, wow. Cook and infantry, and they gave you ammunition. Well, I guess that's close to infantry. So AIT is different lengths of time depending on your job. So every job is a different length of time. So AIT is where you go to learn your job, so that when you actually join the military and go to your duty station, you know what you're doing. So every AIT is different. I think my AIT was like 4.5 months. Some of them are a year. Some of them are 6 weeks. It just depends on how long it takes to learn that job. And so you'll be away from your family that length of time. Basic training for me, I think the most difficult part is the physical fitness if you are not physical. So somebody who's very physical, somebody who works out a lot, it may not be hard to them. But for me, the hardest part for me was physical fitness, because I was not physical at all before I came in the military. It wasn't like, but somebody who might have kids, the hardest part might being away from the hardest part might be being away from their family and their kids. But I didn't have kids when I joined, so that wasn't hard for me. Some people, it might just be hard being away from home for the first time. Some people, you have to stay up, like, sometimes, like, you know, not 24 hours, but I think if you have guard duty, you have to stay up, so some people might be not being used to that. It's just, I would say it's different for different people, but for the most part, for the majority of people, it would be the physical aspect, because you have to, you know, run, you have to do push-ups, sit-ups, and if you're not physical, it's going to be hard. I worked out a little bit before I joined. I did work out with my recruiter, and I always try to tell people to speak to their recruiters and see it. I mean, I might have just had a high-speed, very good recruiter that like to work out with the recruits, but a lot of times they'll work out with you, or they have a workout program at the office where they try to get people in shape, or at least they can tell you what you need to do to get in shape. But I did work out a little bit with my recruiter. But it wasn't anything crazy. I just worked out like a couple days a week. They're not trying to like break you off. They just trying to get you used to actually working out. So, what's up with the baby? Hello, man. Hi. Look. Don't grab the phone. Come on, Gavin. Thank you. I couldn't do push-ups either. So,
Thank you.
the best way to get thank you. He is getting big. I just decided to put his ponytails in today. Yes, your strength will develop fast in basic training because you're going to be doing push-ups and sit-ups. Hey, from Canada. Come say hi to Canada. They're from Canada. I don't know, Giselle. Hey, so I'm back. So, yes, your strength will develop in basic training because they will break you off in basic training. You're going to be doing push-ups and sit-ups and running all day long. Not all day long, literally, because somebody asked me that. But a lot of the time. And so, it should build you up. It's to build up your strength. That's exactly what it is, because at the end of basic training, you have to take a PT test. You have to pass your PT test. So, you do PT and workout at least 5 days a week in basic training. And then throughout the day, you're doing push-ups and sit-ups. And so you will build up your strength. I'm trying to see the comments. I did not get shocked. That's something new. So if they do it like shocked and taser, that's something new. They do the gas. I don't think you have to pee in a cup at reception. I think that's just for MEPS. But speaking of peeing in a cup, when you just be forewarned, when you join the military, you're gonna have to do a lot of peeing in front of people. So in basic training, it ain't no privacy. Showers, it's gonna be everybody together. So I should probably do a video on that. So get used to being seen in front of people. If you uncomfortable, get comfortable. In basic training was my first time shooting a weapon. So you will get used to shooting. You have to shoot and qualify to graduate. I never graduated. She graduated pre-K. But you have to shoot your weapon and you have to qualify in order to graduate basic training. I would say if you have natural hair. Look at buddy. Giselle, can you get his toy? Please. If you have natural hair,
What is
braids,
Where's his?
it's in the bathroom. Braids is the best for anybody, whether you have natural hair or not. Not just get braids because you're not gonna want to wear weaves and wigs and all of that stuff. Whoa! In the bathroom, Giselle.
I'll miss my show.
Yes, they do make boys cut their hair. So when they go into basic training, everybody gets a low haircut. The Army is the best branch of the medical field. I don't know. I don't know about the other branches, so I can't speak for them. I do know that Navy, they can't really pick their job. They kind of move around. I think in the Air Force too. So that's the difference between some of the other branches. People ask me which one is the best one or how should they pick. I really don't know about them. I just know I think it's the Navy that they don't really get to pick. You gonna take them?
Hey, you coming? Look at them fighting now.
Mm-hmm.
Should I try to put him down?
Yeah, you can. It's getting close this time.
Can I just put him down since he was watching?
Yeah, he good.
I didn't put his lotion.
No, that is not accepted. That is considered faddish. You cannot wear your hair like that at all. So in basic training, there's regulations, and I do have a video, so make sure y'all check it out. I think it's in my military 10 for 10 playlist, but no, you can't wear your hair like that. You have to, it doesn't have to be in a bun, but it can't be different lengths like that. So if the top is long and the sides is shaved off, no, you cannot wear. You need to grow it all out and do something with it. You can't cut it all short either. Which basic training, what is it? Which basic training do you go to? I'm going to Fort Jackson. So that's, basic training is at Fort Jackson. Basic training is at Fort Jackson. So that's where you'll be at. Depending on your job is where your AIT is going to be at. Probably in a different place because I don't think Fort Jackson has OSIT. But braids is the best. Best for basic training. I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. A lot of people go to Fort Jackson, but not everybody. So there's Fort Jackson, Fort Sill, Fort Leonard Wood, Fort Benning, and I think another one. Yeah, you can cut it off. Just don't cut it like short like a boy. But you can cut it like short like a girl haircut. I don't know how to explain. Like kind of like Jada Pinkett, I guess. Like, you know, short and it's tapered on the sides. But it can't be like all shaved off on the sides and the top long. If your husband is at a place and you join, they will put you where he is. You just have to fill out the paperwork. So he should have filled out the paperwork before he joined that he was married. And then so that way you'll fill out that same paperwork and they will link y'all up together. So yes, definitely y'all can go to the same duty station. Me and my husband has been in the same duty station since we got married. How can I prepare myself for all the running? The best way to prepare for the running is to run. Sorry. Like, the only way to get better is just to run. Running is not that bad. You just have to actually get out there and do it. You have to work up to running. So I tell people, if you never ran before, start slow. Run for time. Maybe do it for 10 minutes. Yes, I'm still friends with a lot of my childhood friends. I'm from Michigan. So start for like 10 minutes. Say you're going to run 10 minutes straight. You're not going to stop. You're just going to keep that pace. The next week or the next day, you're going to run for 12 minutes and just slowly build it all up. You have to run for 2 miles. And you can look up Army APFT standards to see, you know, how the time that you have to do it in for the 2-mile run, depending on your age and all of that stuff. But you just have to build up to it. You just have to run and you have to be consistent. That's the thing with running. You can't run one week and then you can't run one week and then be like, okay, I'm gonna run again next week. Running, you have to be consistent, and the more you do it, the better you get. So you need to be, if you're trying to work up to running for basic training, you need to run at least 4 days a week minimum. 4 days a week. And I would say incorporate You can have a part-time job, but I'll get into that because that's some other stuff. Yes, you have to be consistent. You have to I would say do a long run, like maybe, 20 minutes, do sprints one day, do a jog one day, do hills one day, and then but do that every week. So 4 times a week, one is a long run, one is sprints, one is just a jog, one is hills. And do that every single week and you should see your time. You should see you be able to do like however far you run for that 20 minutes the first day. By the third week, you should be able to cut the time down. So you still run for 20 minutes, but I mean, you still run that distance, but instead of it taking you 20 minutes, it might take you 15, if that makes sense. I don't know about MEPS. I don't think for MEPS it doesn't. When you get to basic training, you have to all have the same underwear. You buy your underwear when you get there. The person that asked me about having a job, you can have a job, a part-time job, but you have to get permission to have a part-time job. And trust me, when you when you work a full day and do PT, you ain't really gonna be wanting to do no extra part-time job. There are soldiers that do have part-time jobs, not a lot, because I mean you working more than 40 hours a week. So it's very hard to take on a part-time job. I do know one soldier that worked at like Pizza Hut on the weekends delivering pizzas. Um, because he was a dental technician, so the dental office was only open Monday through Friday, so he didn't work the weekends at his dental office, so he delivered pizzas part-time. But that might not be the case depending on, especially if you're in a combat MOS or some crazy, they work 7 days a week. It's not Monday through Friday, so it's very hard to take on an extra job, and you have to be at your military job. Ain't no, well, I can't come in today because my job or I ran late on my second job. No, they will make you cut that quick. On Sunday, you still do training, but Sunday is mostly like clean up, rest day, getting prepared for Monday. You go to church, you have church option. You can go to church if you want to. You do mostly cleaning. Cleaning, that's when you wash your clothes and do all of that stuff and getting your day ready. There's still training, but it's more relaxed on Sunday. Do you choose to be combat or that's mandatory? I mean, every job is a combat job, but there are more specific combat jobs like infantry. You can choose that. You can choose to be infantry. I'm not infantry. I would say do not run on a treadmill. Treadmill is gonna slow you down. Treadmill is good like if it's raining or if it's cold outside, but if you're trying to train on a treadmill, unless you got that thing cranked up to like an incline of like 6 at all times, don't do the treadmill. Has to be 2 more spots. I'm actually gonna upload a video. I recorded a video on the ASVAB, so y'all make sure y'all on the lookout for that. As far as ASVAB, I'm a pharmacy technician. That's actually my job at 68 Quebec. Um, I would say, oh hey, you at AIT now? Where you at AIT at? Let me know where you at AIT. You don't want to do infantry. I can see your little picture here. You like a female. Unless you just hoo, you don't want to do infantry. But for the person that's talking about ASVAB, I got an ASVAB video coming out. I think, I'm trying to see if I'm going to upload it this Monday or next Monday. I haven't edited yet, so that's the hold up. So, oh, Fort Sam. So what, oh, you said you, duh, you a whiskey. Duh, Fort Sam. Hey, I'm trying to get to Fort Sam next year. I want to be an instructor at the schoolhouse for pharmacy. So, I love San Antonio. Margaritas, the Riverwalk. What? That was the best place. If y'all don't know, y'all need to do something medical just because the AIT is in San Antonio. And that's the best AIT. What? Margaritas? What? Cinco de Mayo? But yeah, I'm a Quebec pharmacy. Hell yeah. So you need to. So the person that's in AIT, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share my video with your AIT friends, because you know I'm gonna be schooling y'all, especially for the females in the military. I try to help out my females in the military. I don't know. That's like a general question. What are some common military jobs? Because I mean, every job has to be filled, so there's not like a common job. I'm in the medical field, so I guess common for me would be a whiskey, which is a medic. Fort Lee, hoo. I'm in Virginia, but I'm not at Fort Lee. So I would say for the person looking for a job, try to pick the job that you want to do every day when you come to work. Look for a job that you wouldn't mind doing. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. She said she's been subscribed over a year. Giselle, please. 40 pounds trying to lose it. Do I have to be able? Yes. If you are overweight, they will not take you at MEPS. You have to be able to make weight to, at that time. So for the people trying to lose weight, cardio and no carbs. You need to cut out the carbs, cut out the sugar, the rice, the bread, the pasta, the soda, the candy, the chips, the cookies, the sweets, the ice cream, the donuts. None of that. Do low carb. Look into keto, look into low carb. You'll drop weight quick. Yes, MAPS is getting strict. They not playing because they want people that are able to. Carbs taste so good. I know I love carbs, but carbs is the devil. Will have you overweight. Cut them carbs, leave them carbs alone. But yeah, MEPS is getting strict because they want people that is gonna be there long term. Because a lot of people lie, a lot of people get hurt, a lot of people are sickly, and they try to join, and then they get to basic training, and y'all don't realize how much money is poured into training troops and training them. And then people get hurt or sick or whatever because they were sick when they came in, and then they have to go to Fort Couch. They have to go home. So, excuse me, MEPS is getting strict because they tired of putting the money into these people that are coming in off the street, and then they do halfway through their training, and they then poured all this money into training them, and then they don't join. They don't end up making it through basic training and AIT into the military, and it's just like a waste. So for the asthma question, I do know people who have asthma, but I'm not sure. Like they said, MEPS is getting strict, so I'm really not sure. Sometimes people be like, I couldn't join because I had asthma, but I see people every day walking around with asthma, so maybe they didn't tell them, or maybe they developed it after they joined. I don't know. But that would be a question for a recruiter. I do have my friend as a recruiter, and I have her information in my description box. So if y'all have any recruiter type questions, hit her up. Hit her up. I think she's in Florida, but she says she can help people from anywhere, any location. So hit her up. Y'all got some good questions for me. What else y'all got? What else y'all got for me? I think I need to do an ASVAB video because a lot of people have ASVAB questions. A lot of people have questions on losing weight, which for me wasn't hard. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I turned the air on. Thank you. Anything about intermittent resettlement specialist? No, I've never even heard of that. Sorry, frugal coconut. I like that name. That's a cute name. So I just did a reaction video today, y'all, and I reacted to my most popular top video on my channel right now. It's got 173,000 views. It's tips for females in the military. That video was crazy. Yes, I'm gonna do an ASVAB video. So I want to thank all my new subscribers because y'all have made this year so much fun so far. Do recruiters lie? That's a good question. I guess I would say they do lie. I don't know because I really only know like my recruiter friend and then my recruiter that that recruited me. But I mean, they have to make a quota. So I'm not gonna say that they lie, but I'm not gonna say that they just gonna come out and tell you everything. So I guess have you ever heard of lying through omission? Maybe I it. So that's them lying, I guess, in a sense. Like, they're not gonna tell you, oh, you may have 24-hour duty, and oh, you may deploy. They just gonna tell you you got school benefits and you could be all you could be. So in a sense, I guess yes, they lying, but in a sense, it's your due diligence to do your research to know. You know what I mean? Like, you can't depend on them to tell you everything, because you should be doing your research so that you not put in a predicament where you didn't know what was going on. You can wear toenail polish, and are you talking about in basic, or I mean basic training, or when you actually in the military? In basic training, I don't think they're gonna make you take your toenail polish off. You cannot wear nail polish on your fingers, no. But toenail polish, you should be good, sis. Toenail polish. But no, we cannot wear nail polish at all. Like, even now, I can wear clear. That's it. So just know that, because I didn't know that. It is harder, I would say, just because I wouldn't say it's harder. I think actually being dual military is easier than not having somebody in the military in most aspects, because a dual military person knows exactly what you're going through. You know what I mean? Like, they know, they live in it too. So it's not like, well, they can't sympathize with you or they don't understand what's going on, because they're living it. So they should be able to sympathize with you, but in the same respect, it's like, um they going through the same thing you going through. So if they need some love and attention, they can't really get it because you going through the same thing. So y'all just have to help each other out and be mindful of that. Whereas if you have a civilian spouse, they can't really help you because they don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you're talking about. They're not living it, but they at home kind of more so chilling, and so that they can be your backbone. Is basic training paid? Do we get a check after finishing? So you do get paid while you're in basic training. So the day you start going to basic training, your pay starts. You it is your regular paycheck that you would get while you're in the military. So it's basically like you start getting paid when you're in basic training. I wouldn't say like it's paid, you get paid to go. You just start your army pay the day you go to basic training, and you can't really buy anything because you're in training. So you're not going to the store. You're going to get the basics that you need at the beginning, and that's it. You're not like shopping on Amazon and doing all that stuff. So by the time you graduate basic training, it's like your money is kind of stacked up in your paycheck. So yes, I guess in a sense it is paid. So she says she watched all the videos. She thinking about doing Air Force or Navy. That's cool. Like, I don't know a lot about Air Force at all. I do know some with the Navy because I've been around Navy and I actually work with Navy people now. Um, Most people say the Air Force is easier. So I would say that. But the thing is that you have to pay attention. And I always tell people, go talk to all of them. Talk to the Navy recruiter, talk to the Air Force recruiter, talk to the Army recruiter. And when you go in there, don't tell them you talk to the Army recruiter, because they're going to try to sell you on Navy. Just go in there like you walked in off the street and you don't know anything about anything. The things that you should be looking for to determine what your MOS is, or I mean, which branch you should go into, is if they can give you the job you want. That's the biggest thing, because nobody wants to go, oh, well, I went to Navy because they told me I could leave next week, but then you're going to leave next week and do a crappy job, and you sign a 5-year contract doing a crappy job. So that's the things you need to look at. What jobs can they offer you when you want to go? You don't have to necessarily leave next week if you don't want to, but when you want to leave to the military, is the Navy going to offer you the job you want, or is the Army going to offer you that job, or is the Air Force going to offer you that job? What benefits do you get? Some people might be able to go to school off the bat. Some people might have to wait a year. Navy, you might have to wait a year. I don't know, because I don't know their regulations. What about health benefits? Do you get all the same? Pretty much you get all the same health benefits. So that's an easy question. But housing. How does housing work in the Navy? How does housing work in the Army? How does housing work in the Air Force? I know with Navy, they have They have what's called shore duty, and land duty. So Navy, you just have to be prepared that you might be at sea for a year if you on shore duty, and they kind of bounce back. So 1 year you do shore duty, 1 year you do land duty. I didn't want to be on the boat for a year. So that's why I didn't do shore duty. In boat, you get snail mail, and no internet when you out in the middle of the ocean. So that's the type of things you need to consider when you considering picking your MLS. Some people, they might not care. They might want to be out in the water for a year. I didn't want to fly planes. So that's how I picked the job I picked. In the Army, you can change your job. You just have to wait till your contract is up. So if you sign like a 4-year contract, at the end of your, like around year 3, when you try to decide if you're going to re-enlist or not, you can do what's called reclass. So you can reclassify into a different job if it's available, if it's open. I don't know if you could do that with the other branches. That might be something you might want to ask, because you don't want to get stuck in a job and you don't like it and you can't reclass. Is it hard to get promoted? That's a good question, and that's a question you might want to ask in the Navy or the Army, because it's all different ways that they get promoted. I don't know, but I hear it's hard to get promoted in the Navy. The Army is kind of hard too, but the Army is more based off of you. You have to do PT, you have to go to the Ranger shoot, you have to do all these things to make points to get promoted. So I would say it's competitive. Shoot, I choose Army because I just graduated from Army, AROTC. In my MOS specifically, it is very competitive to get promoted once you get to E5. So E1 through E4 is pretty much, it's automatic. You're going to get promoted. That's for any job in the Army. E1 to E4 is automatic promotion. When you've been in a certain amount of time, you automatically going to get promoted. When you get to E5, then you have to go before a board and you have to show that you deserve to be promoted, and it goes by points. So you have to make a certain amount of points to become promoted.
I'm taking my shorts off because I'm so hot.
Okay, that's fine. What hairstyles would you recommend? I mentioned this earlier. Braids and cornrows is the best for basic training. For being a single parent, in the military, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. So if you can have help, if you can get married, if you can have help, family, friends, whatever you can do, you need to make friends, because it's hard. Oh, I hope you can get in. If you got waivers, Bella Warrington, I hope you can get in. So for the people that's just not joining, because I got people that's just not joining, hey, some people asking me the same questions. I've been in for 12 years and I plan on retiring. I'm all for the military. It's just going to war at any moment. That's like, wow, stuff can happen. Yes, it can happen. So you have to be prepared. I mean, usually, depending on your job, you're not just going to be like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to war. You know what I mean? Like, you get noticed when you're going. But when you get noticed to go, you have to go. It's not like, oh, I don't want to go. You have to go. And that's why I say, if you're a single parent, you have to have somebody that's going to be able to watch your child. Like, you have to put that in documentation and paperwork when you come in, who you going to appoint to watch your kids. So yeah, but any job can deploy, y'all. Any MOS can deploy any job. But I want to do it. I want to do a video on unconventional jobs, or jobs that people wouldn't think about doing in the military, because it's a lot of jobs when I joined that I was like, I didn't even know that was a job. I didn't even know that existed. Like chaplain's assistant. Did anybody know that that's a MOS you could pick? Chaplain's assistant. So you the assistant to like the pastor on base. That's your job. Chaplain's assistants, they be getting out of work early, but they have to come to work on Sunday because that's their job. I didn't even physical therapy, optometry. I just didn't even think about that. Chaplain assistant. Why are people running every day in the Army? Because we have to stay fit. It's part of our job to stay physically fit. Have you been in a war? No, I've never deployed. I've been in the military 12 years and I've never deployed. It's the luck of the draw. It's my MOS. Not to say that if you do pharmacy, you won't deploy, because I know a lot of pharmacy technicians that have, but the chances are lower in my MOS to deploy. I didn't know chaplain assistant was a job till I came in. I was like, what? The chaplain assistant? I'm trying to think of some other jobs that I was like, I didn't know that was even an MOS. If I could do it all over again, I think I would be like medical records. That's a job. Medical records. Like, you just admitting people in the hospital and tracking their records. Logistics. Logistics is a good job. Medical supply. There's a job specifically medical supply. Um, it's different from 92 Yankee. Well, excuse me. What else? My roommate was medical supply. Um, I think they got the people that fix stuff too. I forgot what that job is called. Medical maintenance. Medical maintenance. That's the MOS. Ooh, this chill MOS is food inspector. That's a MOS. So they go to like the restaurants on base, Burger King, McDonald's, and inspect the place, the facility, like a real food inspector in real life. Like, and those are the type of jobs that I tell people that's what you should go into, because those are jobs that translate over on the outside civilian world. I would have been a food inspector. That's a chill job. Trying to see what else. Vet tech. Somebody asked about dogs earlier. With dog, you could be a veterinarian, vet tech, and they do deploy, because they have working dogs. So the dogs that are like the canine dogs, they deploy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video. That's a good video to do on like unconventional jobs, jobs that people don't think of in the military. Because I don't want everybody to think that they have to be a whiskey, which is a medical, what is it? Medic, or they have to be a 88 mic, or they have to be a 42 alpha, which is a admin. Because I inspect food all the time. That's what you should do. That's a chill job. But you got to think about, well, like I say, any job deploys. But food inspectors, they have to deploy because they have to inspect the cafeterias over, like on the bases, like in Kuwait and Iraq, like the actual military bases. They go into the cafeterias, inspect it, make sure, soldiers is getting food that ain't been left out all day, food that's at the proper temperature. Well, excuse me. Okay, I'll go a little bit quieter. But yeah, I'm gonna do a job. I'm gonna do a video on that, because I think that's a good video, especially for my females. See, I'll be trying to help my females out there, because a lot of people watch the same YouTubers, and people think that they have to pick the job that those YouTubers pick. And a lot of the YouTubers, at least the ones I watch, they hate their jobs. No, you cannot choose your shift. I really don't like 9 to 5. I prefer overtime. There's no such thing as 9 to 5 in the military. It's until they tell you can go home. So you cannot choose your shift. And then your shift and your job and the time you go in and the time you leave depends on your MOS. So I mean, you got to think, if you a cook, you probably gonna be going in early because you got to make breakfast. If you somebody that work, on cars in the motor pool, on the Humvees and the trucks, you probably gonna be going in more 9 to 5 shift. If you in the hospital like me and we have inpatient pharmacy, we make the IVs, you could work night shift, 24 hours. So it depends on your job. How did I get used to eating MREs? I've actually only ever eaten in basic training. Like, you don't just eat MREs all day long. Really, in basic training is the only time you eat MREs. I mean, unless you have like a job, like you go to the field all the time. But usually when you go to the field, you can bring your own food. MREs are not that bad though, especially these new MREs. Not like, I joined the military 12 years ago. The MREs now, they got Pop Tarts in them, M&Ms in them, Like, they good. The MREs is not that bad. Yes, you can get a boob job, a nose job, a butt job, an eyebrow job, whatever kind of job you want. Um, I got work done. I know other military YouTubers that got BBLs and all that stuff. I'm 18 and I want to be a pediatrician or RN. You should go for it. So the people that are trying to decide if they want to come, you actually can come in as a RN. So this period question is the question that really blows my mind, because I swear I never thought about that when I was joining. But everybody, it's like the top question. One of the top questions is having a period in the military. So when you in the military and you have your period, it's like regular life. Like, nobody knows you're on your period unless you tell them. You can have pads and tampons and go to the bathroom and change. Nobody knows. Now, in the field, it is a little bit different. I mean, but they have porta potties, so you can still go to the porta potty and do your business. So it's in the field. I mean, usually you in the field for, like, I don't know, because it depends on your job. So let me not speculate. But me personally, I've only ever been to the field for like 4 days at a time, and we had like actual facility where they had running water. I know some people do be in the field for like 3 weeks, a month, and they have baby wipes. So in that case, you better make sure you have a lot of baby wipes. I mean, all the MREs aren't good. I'm sure there are some nasty ones, like somebody said, beef taco. Like, I don't eat meat and stuff like that, so that don't even sound good to me. But there are some good MREs. But I'm not like advocating for MREs. I would never pick MRE over regular food. But if you hungry, you gonna eat it. Let's just say that. Would you recommend micro twists? I do not recommend micro twists, because that just seems like it take a long time to take down. I recommend cornrows. And then I recommend really cornrows with your regular hair. And then when you in there, find somebody that can braid and get it braided like every 2 weeks. You ain't trying to look cute. That's the easiest. Ooh, that's a good question, Tatiana.
Oh, that's my friend.
Tatiana, your friend. If I could go back and tell myself anything at the start of my career, what would I say? I would say focus on improving yourself as a soldier. And that's why, really, this is why I started, not why I started my YouTube channel. That's not why I started my YouTube channel, but why I started making military videos. Because I see these people, I see these other military YouTubers, they're young, and I'm like, oh no, you're doing it all wrong. Like, focus on being the best soldier you can be, learning as much as you can learn, and just going out there and just being great. Like, that's because in the beginning, I was young, I was single, and I focused on partying. I didn't try to study for the board and get promoted. I was just hanging out, having a good time, which I don't regret it, because I had an awesome first 5, 6 years in the military. But if I could do it again, I would have been more focused. I would have got a mentor. And I tell people this all the time: if you're in the military, make sure you get a mentor, somebody that you look up to. You don't even have to be a female. If you're a female, it could be a male, somebody that you be like, that's who I see. I see myself in 10 years. I see myself making that rank, and I see myself being a great leader to soldiers that are coming in. And get with them and learn from them and be the best soldier you can be. To be the best person you can be as a soldier, and try to learn as much as you can. Subject matter expert in your job, so that nobody can tell you nothing. Took me a long time to learn that, because I was just out there just doing my own thing, hanging out, having fun. But that's why I make these informative videos, because I want people to be informed. I don't want people to have to go in and try to figure it out like I did. You know, you can watch the videos before you join and know half of the stuff. You're still not going to get it until you actually in it doing it. But you'll be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. Oh, that's what she was talking about. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me not do that, because I don't want to make that mistake. You know what I mean? So that's what I would go back and tell myself. That's a good question. I think, look, y'all giving me video ideas. You gonna be the braider there? Yes, find you a braider. Because I'm telling you, all you got to do is just get cornrows straight to the back. You good, sis. You good. Straight to the back. You take them down. You wash your hair. And have somebody braid them straight to the back again. Is there one place for basic training or multiple? So, like I mentioned before, there's at least, I think, 4 or 5 different places you can go to basic training. You can Google them. Dealing with toxic leadership is hard. You just have to know that person. And like I said, get a mentor. If you have somebody that's a toxic leader, you can get a mentor, and your mentor does not have to be your direct leadership. It can be anybody, and they can show you how to deal with certain situations. And if you don't feel comfortable going to your leader because they're toxic, then you can confide in another person that is on that same status and that same level, and still be great. But you have to respect your leadership. So if you have a toxic leader, let somebody above them know. Let your command know, your chain of command, and write everything down. Just if if they're doing things to you or whatever, or not being the best leader, just write it down and have an account of, on this day this happened, on this day this happened. So if anything happens, or if you need to turn it in or let somebody know, you're not just speculating or come, well, I think, or I think I remember. You got it like, no, on this day this happened, on this day this happened. Which army are you in? I think there's only one. I think there's only one army. I'm in the U.S. Army. That's the one I'm in. The U.S. Army.
The USA.
Yes, in the USA. The U.S. Army. Crazy girl.
And Armyprinncess.
So Tatiana says she want to make a career of the Air Force. That's awesome. I mean, I just want people that, I hope y'all see my video on expectations. I'm not telling anybody not to join the Air Force or the Army or the Navy or the Marines or whatever you want to do. Just be informed so that you could be the best soldier, seaman, Marine that you can be.
What does your friend Tatiana look like?
We can look at her picture here. Look, she looks like she has blue hair in that picture. Oh, Tatiana, you're my friend now. Giselle said you were my friend. We could be friends.
We'll all be friends.
We can all be friends.
Only when I grow up, we'll be friends.
Oh, she said she doesn't have blue hair anymore.
But
yes, you can have a family in the Army.
We'll have a sleepover together.
Yes, there is a difference between the Army and the National Guard. I don't know a lot about National Guard, so you'd have to speak to a National Guard recruiter. But I think National Guard is kind of like reserve, basically. It's like part-time.
And that's
not
full-time. The favorite by sleeping with my mommy.
Yes, you can have a family, because people ask me all the time, like, I didn't know you can have a family. Do you get to see your kids?
I will have a sleepover.
She said you cute. Tatiana said you too cute. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, so once you finish basic and AIT, then you can pretty much be like a regular person. And that's why I named this Life After Basic Training, because a lot of people don't know these things. And I want people to be informed. I don't want somebody to say, well, I can't join the military because I got a family. You can't have a family in the military. 3 or 4 years. I originally signed up for 4 years, I think, 4 or 5, and now I'm at 12. So you never know. It can stretch out to be longer. All right, y'all. I've been on here for a while, for 54 minutes. Wow. I appreciate y'all tuning in to this live. Let me know if you... Yes, I've been in for 12 years. Let me know if y'all like doing these lives. I like it because I can connect with y'all, and I can answer questions like right there. Because when I do my videos, I do respond, but it takes me a while to get through all of the replies and the posts. And sometimes I miss some, so I try to respond to every single person. But I like this because it's like a more intimate setting. And I can talk to y'all, answer your questions right then and there. So you only have to go to basic training once. Yes, I still have my P.O. box. It's in the description box. So make sure you check it out if you want to write to us or If you have any questions or whatever, send us cards and stickers. And your AIT, you go to AIT directly after basic training. You only go one time to AIT. Your AIT can be different lengths of time depending on your MOS, but that's where you go directly after basic training. Thank you for your support. I thank y'all for tuning in and for subscribing. Make sure you share my videos. If you know anybody in the military, make sure you definitely share my videos because I want them to reach more people. So right now, y'all, we are close to 20K. I'm almost at 20K. My ultimate goal is 100K. And I'm going to claim it and speak it into existence. But I'm trying to, as y'all can see, I done improved in my editing. I done improved in my content. I done gave my whole page a facelift. Go check out my page, my dashboard page, where you can see my picture and my whole name of my banner on my YouTube. Like I'm stepping up my game. It's 2019 and I'm stepping up my game for y'all. Okay. All right. So my phone is about to go dead. But I am going to maybe go live to next week, not tomorrow, next week, because Babe will be back. He's out of town right now, but he always say we should go live, and I'm just so busy doing it. So if y'all like this live, make sure you let me know below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye. Say bye. Bye. Tatiana said thank you. Tell her bye.
Bye.
She into her show. Bye, and bye, Sarah, and thank you for being one of my most loyal subscribers.
And bye, Sarah.
Okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye.